Welcome to Mina's bookshelf and welcome back if this is not the first time on this channel. Today I'm doing a collection video. I haven't done one of these in a long time, but it's the right time because it's middle of August. I'm starting to doing some cleanup around the house, and I'm sorting my decks also for the next season. I realized that I have an incredibly big collection. There are so many old decks that I used to love that had a primary role in my practice, and I don't use them anymore. They're gathering dust. Some of them I recently started to work again with, and some others I'm planning to reintegrate in my rotation of decks. So this is going to be a video about old flames, decks that I used to love, decks I used to have a relationship with, and then they faded away little by little because they were replaced by the brand new deck, the new shining thing. New decks are coming at us from all directions these days. I really feel like the market is a little oversaturated right now, and I personally I'm experiencing feelings of being overwhelmed because there are so many beautiful new decks that I love, that I would love to have, but honestly there's no room for them. There's no time for them. So many beautiful decks, so little time, right? There are many reasons why it might be hard to keep getting new decks in. There's no room. There might not be funds available for that. So why not take a look at our old flames? Beautiful, solid, great workhorses, great readers that can still have something to say, something to give us. Besides, I'm not only a collector, I'm actually a tarot reader. I read for other people, so I would love to be able to use all the decks that I have. It pains me to see decks abandoned on a shelf or in a drawer. So my goal for this year is going to reinstate some of these old flames, possibly all of them, all the ones that I'm going to show you, because I realize I still have feelings for them, so to speak. So we're going to start in a moment, and I'll be right back with the first deck in my Old Flames Tarot Decks collection video. I am an Rider-Waite-Smith girl at heart. I love the system. I honestly love Pamela Coleman Smith drawings, and I don't mind the jarring colors that so many collectors might find off-putting. This particular one is the Albano Waite Tarot. I've had this for a very long time, and I used to do a lot of readings with it, and then for some reason I stopped, but I introduced it again in my rotation this summer. I've done some readings for the channel. What I love about this deck is the color palette. As you can see, I mean, if you didn't like the colors of the plaid backs, you probably be reluctant to use this one, because we have these very bright oranges, this acid apple, green apple greens. We have blotchy line work, but I think I like it exactly for this reason. Look at this double card with all this black and purple. I love this mint green backgrounds, this nice blues and greens. I love this Wheel of Fortune. So it's a little bit out there. It's like extreme when it comes to coloration. Look at these red pentacles in the stark contrast with the green. I like it for this reason. It really screams summer to me. This Knight of Cups, it's all blue. The other thing that I love about this deck is the cardstock. This is when US Games used to print on playing cardstock. I love it, thin but very pliable. It's a pleasure to riffle, shuffle, and bridge with this deck. So this was the Old Flame number 1, the Albano Weight Tarot. Moving on to the next one. The other new Palladini Tarot and Old Flame and New Palladini Tarot. A tool for introspection and a mirror for one's development, this beautiful and original 78-card tarot deck by David Palladini encompasses many artistic styles and diverse images. There's a little bit of Art Nouveau, Art Deco in it, and I love it. I'm not sure if this deck is still in print, to be honest with you. Might be, might not. I would have to check. So, as I said, Art Deco, Art Nouveau vibes, printed on a very glossy cardstock. This is the only thing that I don't like about this deck. It's pretty backs. I like them with the Ouroboros snake and the infinity symbol and red backs. What I love in particular is the nighttime skies, starry skies, that is used as a backdrop in most of the cards. And I like the Art Nouveau style. It's one of my favorite. Some of the facial expressions of these characters are kind of weird, but it's typical of Palladini's deck. I think you can find that same vibe in the new Aquarian deck, tarot deck. I think that's the name of the other one he created. This is my favorite though. Beautiful, bright colors. And I'm particularly drawn to these starry night skies. Beautiful cards. I love the fact that the court cards here are beautiful. And in my favorite suit, which is the Pentacle suit, are actually just black silhouettes with the starry sky in it. Hierophant card. See if I can find them to show you what I mean. They're probably at the very end of the deck. Beautiful, very retro. Oh, this is it. The King of Pentacles. Very vintage. Very vintage, and I love it. So, this one will be back in rotation. It's such a great workhorse, very easy to read, a pleasure to read with. The new Palladini Tarot. Talking about decks that are not in print anymore, this is the Anna Kay Tarot, the Llewellyn edition. Don't have the box for this deck anymore. I edged it in brown. And this is the book, that guidebook that comes with it. So I'm pretty sure this deck is not in print anymore. It has been retired. And the thing that I love about it, it's an incredible color palette. I love these bright colors, especially because of the dark border. I do love borders on deck, I have to be honest. I don't mind them at all. And when they're black or chocolate dark brown, very nice. So I love to see all these beautiful colors and the incredible emotive images. You can actually see right away from the start what the feeling, the emotion conveyed by the arcanum is. And I know that some people might find the facial expression, the people in this deck, to be a little weird, grotesque in the way they look, but I like them for this reason. The emotion conveyed by the archetype is so powerful. Great readings with this deck. I love this Queen of Cups. Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, absolutely. This deck will come back. This Old Flame will come back in rotation for me. You will see more of this deck on in my monthly and weekly reading on the channel. Look at this beautiful star card. Very nice, very nice. The Lovers. I like to see an elderly couple represented in the Lovers card. Beautiful Queen of Swords. Oh, great Two of Swords. Okay, so this was the Anna Kay Tarot, now out of print, another Old Flame. I started a regular practice with the tarot using mainly of course, the RWS and art decks based on the RWS structure and symbolism, of course. And one of my favorite is the Botticelli. The Botticelli Tarot. This is a Lo Scarabeo deck. Sandro Botticelli, one of my favorite artists. And this deck is really gorgeous. Really gorgeous. Beautiful backs. It comes with gold foil accents in the cards. Love the fact that there is a dark border around it, and I do not mind the names of the cards in different languages. It doesn't bother me at all. It's beautiful. I would say it's pretty easy to read for any level of experience, because with very few exceptions, like for example this Nine of Cups, the cards are based on the RWS system, so they follow that kind of symbolism. Beautiful. If you love art decks, this is definitely a deck that you should have in your collection, and it's also a pretty solid reader. Look at this Ten of Pentacles. How lovely, with all these pentacles leading up to the door of this ancestral home, or the Ace of Chalices or Chalices. Beautiful. I love it. Love the shine. Love the gold foil on decks. So this was the Botticelli Tarot. Here's the Lover's Path Tarot by Chris Walder, another great mass market old flame deck. The Lover's Path Tarot features classic love stories and myths from around the world, and creator Chris Walder's beautifully amorous paintings of inspiring lovers such as Cleopatra and Caesar, Arthur and Guinevere, and Cupid and Psyche. Whether seeking to improve and expand upon a love relationship with one's partners or oneself, the Lover's Path Tarot offers a sumptuously romantic and transcendent tool for individual growth and understanding. So I used to do my love readings with this deck, and of course there were so many other love decks and oracle decks that joined my collection, so this one got put on the back burner, but it's a beautiful deck. I still connect with it. Now look at these beautiful images. Beautiful. Some of the major arcana have been renamed, like for example Grace for the Star card with Beatrice and Dante from the Divina Commedia, Sherazad and Sharivar for Wisdom 11. This is the Justice card. Staves for the Wands. Cups remain cups. Arrows for the Swords. Coins, the Justice card at 11. Oh, sorry, that was the, I forgot, these are Roman numerals, so this card is actually the High Priestess, and I should have known with this veil on her face. This is not 11, this is number 2 in Roman numerals with Wisdom for the High Priestess. For Justice card, we have Penelope and Odysseus from Virgil's beautiful lyrical novel. Seven of Staves. It's fighting against the dragon. Desire for the Chariot card with Tristan and Isolde. I love it. I love this. Arthur and Guinevere for the Emperor, Power. So it's nice to see how the archetype have been renamed in order to convey the meaning. Just pretty smart. Look at this beautiful card, how he's actually drawing Eloise and Abelardo. Beautiful. Another great deck. Can be used for love readings, but not only. I remember using it also for general energy check-ins, and it was a great deck to work with. So another very beloved old flame is the Lover's Path Tarot by Chris Walder. talking about tarot decks that are good for love readings, this is another oldie but good, the Tarot Mucha, inspired to Orazio Mucha's masterpieces. This is from, what is the name of the creators? Artwork by Giulia Messaglia and Barbara Dorenzo, I think. So this one has been reintroduced in my readings as of late. If you go to my I love to shuffle it. If you go to my general readings and some of the celebrity and gossip readings that I've done recently, I've used this deck and I love it. Beautiful. I love this cream color border, the Art Nouveau vibe, flair to it, and the artwork is beautiful, beautiful colors. It's an RWS deck, very clear, very good for readings that will leave no room to doubts. Easy interpretation of the cards. Beautiful. Love the star card. Great. So this was the Tarot Mucha, another Lo Scarabeo deck, another wonderful old flame. Here we have two angel decks by Bradley Valentine. They used to be Doreen Virtue's decks in the past. These are, I think this one is not available anymore. It's out of stock and discontinued completely. This one is still available on the Hay House website. So they're two completely different when it comes to art style. I love this Guardian Angel tarot deck. It's beautiful because it's deliciously vintage. I love these vintage images. It's gilded. It has gilded edges. It changes a little bit the names of the suits and the names of the some of the major arcana and also the names of the court cards. It has this beautiful paragraph that helps reader of all level of expertise to work with the decks. Now, the most confronting and challenging cards are more approachable. They're not scary. They're not upsetting. So, for example, we have the Tower here with this beautiful image that it's quite reassuring with the guardian angel following a kid that is walking on a wood log. Pretty dangerous if she ends up falling. But the card is called Out with the Old and In with the New. Heaven is showing you a sign that it's time to move in a new direction. Often this is because you're not happy and feel a lack of purpose in your life. This is a wake-up call to make changes that match your heart's desire and spiritual truth. So as you can see, the messages are very comforting, reassuring, uplifting, inspirational. Nine of emotion would be the Nine of Cups. Beautiful old images. The actions are the wands. Go within. This is the High Priestess card. The healer, I think, is the Queen, and the thoughts are the swords. Beautiful. A win-win solution for temperance. Beautiful. The Five of Thought. Great deck. Oh, I love these vintage images. Very sweet deck. It's a shame that it's not available anymore. And the other one is the Archangel Power. Now, I think that Hay House released a couple of years ago more modern versions of these two decks, but I decided to stick with the old ones. These are still my favorite. This is another old flame. I haven't used it at all, I would say, in recent years. It's still in great conditions because I didn't really use it much to begin with, but I like it. I think it's a part of my collection. I would like to go back and use it again. This is a great deck if you don't mind collage art style, and it's great because it has beautiful paragraphs here that help you with interpretation of the cards. In particular, I think the core cards on these decks because besides the paragraph, they also give you some character traits that are typical of that court card. So it's great when you want to use court cards as signifiers for people that you actually are inquiring about. Now, the suits have been renamed. Each of the suits corresponds to an archangel. For example, Gabriel is the Wands suit. Ariel is the Pentacle suit. Raphael is the Cap suit, and the Michael is the Sword suit. So let's take a look at some of the cards. 3 of Ariel is the 3 of Coins. Do what you love, a time of great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. If you follow my channel, you know that I do like collage art style, even when it's done in this very old-fashioned way. Ace of Gabriel, the Ace of Wands, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. The guidebook in these decks is pretty good too. It really expands in a very organic way the message that you see on the card. Ace of Ariel, this is the Ace of Pentacles. It's your lucky day, new resources, money, time, or support, a change in job, or a promotion. And I think also some of the major arcana have been renamed, like it normally happens with these during Virtue and Rarely Valentine decks, where even the most challenging cards have a more gentle approach for the reader. 5 of Pentacles, you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. Not crazy about the backs, but not a problem. These are oversized decks. Not a challenge for me. When I like the deck, I don't care how difficult it is to wrap my hands around the cards, to shuffle them. If I like a deck, I'll find a way to work with them. So these are 2 beautiful old flames in my collection. 2 old flames when it comes to classic Visconti Sforza and Tarot de Marseille. This is my modified version of the Visconti Sforza deck. This used to be much bigger. The cards had humongous borders. It was really difficult for me to work. As I said before, I don't mind working with large decks, but in this case, the deck was absolutely out of my my ability to handle it in an efficient manner. So I did cut the borders. I edged it in a terracotta red, and I also added some gold metallic accents in the back of the cards, and also sometimes in the front. I made a mess in some of the cards, but you know what? It actually adds that antique character and vibe to the deck. See, for example, here, and I don't mind that at all. So this is the Visconti Sforza deck. It's a pip deck. It's something that I think every tarot collector should have in their collection. There are several different editions of the Visconti Sforza. You can find also more manageable formats, sizes. But this one is pretty nice because I like the way it looks now, the rectangular card, elongated. It really, actually, apparently, according to the experts in history of the tarot, the original tarot cards were pretty big. They were actually humongous, about the size of the original version of this deck before I cut it. I don't need to see, the names of the cards or the pips, because I know this deck pretty well. Can you see the metallic accents? So, of course, this is the Moon card. Love it. I don't work with it a lot, but I like to pull it out every once in a while. So this is the Visconti Sforza, and then we have a Tarot de Marseille. This is the Tarot Noir. I'm not sure if this one is still available. It might be out of print. And I had to buy mine from Amazon France, I think. It's unfortunate that it was printed on a very cheap cardstock because it chipped badly pretty soon. So I don't know yet if I want to trim it down. I don't want to lose this particular kind of gold gilding. So the beauty of this deck is, of course, the beautiful images that are so big, oversized, the coloration, these beautiful muted colors, and very weird facial expression. It's quite a unique deck. I have actually done readings with this deck. I stopped doing it at some point, but I would love to go back to it, to reintroduce it in my rotation of decks for my monthly readings. And it's a beautiful one. I always will have a place in my collection. This is an old flame that I will not forget about. Look at this Bindu. The Hangman. It's beautiful too. Of Two of Pentacles, 2012, 2013. That's when it was released for the first time. So yes, there are so many new Tarot de Marseille decks out there, but I think I'm gonna stick to my old choices, to my old flame. So this is the Tarot Noir. I don't remember exactly the name of the creator. I'll find out, and if I remember, I'll put it in the description of my video. Moving on to a more mythical creatures kind of field. This is the mystical, I think, fairy tarot deck. This is by Llewellyn, and it's the older edition of a deck that is still available, but now it's available in a borderless version. I do prefer this one because the borders, and these are kind of metallic, gold metallic, the borders and this beautiful Art Nouveau themed trimming all around it give to the deck that nice vintage flair that I love so much. So this edition also came with the 2 cards that have the invocations for the fairies. I do have the new edition of this deck, the borderless one, and I do use it for readings for the channel. But the old flame, the one I have my heart set on, is this one. Really nice. So the peculiarity of this deck is that if you go through the guidebook, you will realize that there is actually a storyline that goes through the entire journey of the Fool, from the major arcana number 0 to the World card, and then also the different suits have a theme, have a story. Really nice. I really love it. So this was the mystical fairy tarot. And we're moving on to another old flame. This is another old deck you don't see around that much. It's the Ostara Tarot. It was a hot deck when it first came out. A very appreciated and popular one. I have 2 copies of this deck because it's, by the way, one of the most beautiful backings you can find in a tarot deck. Is gilded, and I think the first copy I bought it from a Books A Million, and unfortunately they didn't take it back once the deck was open. The cards were stuck together, and it was a solid block. I actually had to pry them apart one by one, and I completely ruined the deck. So I had to trim it down and take all the numbers and the name of the major arcanas and the core cards out. I still have it because I still like it. So I reached out to the publisher who sent me another copy, but to my great dismay, when I opened it, I realized that the cards were cut unevenly. So it's very difficult to to shuffle them. However, I love the deck. It's a beautiful, I feel like fairy vibe deck. It has this fantasy, magical quality to it. Some of the images are stunning. Some others are a little bit difficult to look at because of the many intricate details. I really have to pay attention. Oh, I just see a deer behind my building. Oh. So you really have to pay attention, appreciate every detail. And I love this, an old love of mine. I haven't used it at all in many years. Would love to use it again for my readings. So keep an eye on the channel and the readings that I do monthly and weekly. It might come back into rotation. So this was the Ostara Tarot. Seriously, some of the most beautiful backs I've ever seen on a tarot deck. Two more beautiful old flames, the Druidcraft Tarot and the Herb Crafters Tarot. So this acclaimed deck created by practicing Druids combines the two great streams of Western pagan tradition, Wicca and Druidry. Its powerful images have emerged from a vast store of teachings and storytelling rooted in the past. They will help you achieve a closer connection with the natural world and bring you insight and inspiration for the issues you face today. This is by Philip and Stephanie Carr-Gum with the illustrations by Will Worthington. And I bet this is one old flame that a lot of tarot readers and collectors have in common. So you don't see this often anymore in, readings. If you like to watch videos with readings. My version is trimmed. I did trim it and edge it with a copper marker, metallic marker, and it's a very old one, and also I would say in really bad shape because the cardstock was not good to begin with, so it got ruined very quickly. And it's beautiful, such a great reader. Look at this image. I always found it perfect for career path, work, finances, money, business sort of readings. And I did use it until not too long ago. I don't think I used it at all over the past year, and I'm certainly going to reintroduce it. Now there are so many decks out there that have the same Druids, Pagan, Wicca energy and vibe to them, but I'll remain faithful to this one. I mean, if I had to choose between this old one and some of the new stuff that has been published, I would say I'll stick to the old. I'll stick to the old flame. And then we go from the Druidcraft to the Herb Crafters Tarot. This is, I think, more recent when it comes to release date. Artwork by Joanna Powell Colbert, written by Letitia Guthrie. This is another one that I might have used until a couple of years ago. The Herb Crafters Tarot celebrates the handicrafts, tools, and time-honored folk skills related to herbs, trees, flowers, and other plants that share their gifts with us. This deck and book set explores the relationship between herbs and how people use them for medicine, creativity, ritual, and spiritual guidance. It also considers herbs as archetypes and explores our partnership with the botanical realm. I love it because it's a botanical deck, animal botanical deck. If you follow my channel, you know, are some of my favorite themed decks. It's like a morning meditation deck for me. I actually use it sometimes as an oracle, in the sense I pull up one card and I go to the guidebook and I read, because the messages are very inspirational. It's very calming as a deck, and I love the artwork. This is one of the most beautiful decks. Actually, I'm going to do a video. I think there is an hashtag out there, my most beautiful decks. By the way, this is not a video response to anybody. I don't know, maybe somebody did it, an hashtag kind of video about old flames or old but good decks. So if you want to, I'll create an hashtag for this deck so you can keep it going. It's nice to take a look at the old ones. It's like to do this flashback kind of throwback kind of video. Beautiful backs. It's so pretty, so pretty. 10 of water. I think these are oil paintings, and they're done so well that they almost look like pictures because they're very realistic. Adelita of Earth. Adelita, I think, is the knight. It's elemental, so we have fire, water, earth, and air. Madre of Earth is the queen, and I think the curandera is the king. So there's a plant or flower associated to each of the arcana. We have time for the Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands. We have nettle for the Ace of Pentacles. We have sunflower for the Magician. I mean, do you see what I mean? How beautiful these cards are. Look at this bardock for the Hanged One. Beautiful with the runes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hika of Fire is the daughter of Fire, which is the Page of Wands for California Poppy. Beautiful, beautiful painting. Lovely. I love this one. I actually pulled this one out very recently because I was looking for a deck to pair with, let me see. I know I had it. Deck to pair with the Southern Gothic Oracle. So this is why the deck came back into rotation for me, because there's something about these two decks together. Let me show you. I will actually do, I think, if I have time, that's the problem, finding the time, I will do a video where I show you the pairings that I've been using during the summer, and they work magnificently. So we have Justice, Karma with the Knight of Wands, Oregano. Look how beautiful they look together. Black Coffee, Shadow Work Awakening with the Hermit, with the Asnia. The Bayou, Emotions and Manifestations, the Adelita of Water, Ocotello. This is the Knight of Cups. How about that? Emotions with the Knight of Cups. Then we have the Pine Cone, Third Eye, New Perspective with the Two of Water, Mallow. And the Nest of Wasps, Teamwork with the Curandera of Water. Beautiful. So it came back to me as a great match for an Oracle deck. So it was a great way for this glorious deck to come back into rotation. And I'm so glad that I still have it. I never got rid of it, even if I don't use it as often as before. So this was the Herb Crafter's Tarot. This old flame is quite an iconic one. It's the Enchanted Tarot by Amy Zerner and Monty Farber. This is the, I think, the very first edition. It's a very old deck. I kept it in very good conditions though, and I did it because very aware of the fact that it's a white deck, has white borders, white edging, and white backs. It gets dirty easily. So these are the beautiful signature fabric tapestry created by Amy Zerner. There are at least 2 or 3 versions of this deck, even one most recent. I think it was published a couple of years ago in a miniature, like pocket size or something like that. There is also an oversized version of this deck. This is quite big. It's quite it's not as big as that, I think it was the anniversary edition, but it's still quite long. It's kind of tough to, if you have small hands, to shuffle it this way. And the colors are a little bit more muted compared to the newer editions, which I don't have, but I had a chance to compare it because at some point I had the anniversary edition before deciding to just pass it on because I was just fine with this one. I didn't need another one. Six of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, and this is beautiful. It comes with this beautiful hardcover book with the oversized images and beautiful write-ups. Monty Farber is a great author, is a great wordsmith, great writer. So you get the beautiful wording of Monty Farber and the beautiful artistry of Amy Zerner. I think I have all of their decks, or almost all of them, and I really love it. I was really in love with this deck at some point. It really did the magic spell on me. This is another great old flame. This is another old and very understated deck. I don't think it was that like a big hit, very, very popular when it came out. I personally loved it. It was love at first sight, and I always find it very useful for readings because of the black silhouettes. That makes it so much easier for people, especially if you're reading for somebody else, to see themselves in the cards, no matter, you know, the way they look, the way they appear. So it's has a kind of a color scheme for each of the suits. And it's a great deck for work and finances, at least for me. Always been a great deck for that kind of readings. I think the last time I used it was a couple of years ago. Definitely want to use it again. Love it. Such a great reader, a great workhorse. These are the backs. You see all these people. Yeah, absolutely. Always loved this deck, and I think I still have strong feelings for it. Unforgettable Old Flame. So this was the Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. I couldn't leave out of this Old Flame Tarot video some independently produced decks that have been in my collection for a very long time, inspired to nature, animals, botanical in vibe and themes, but haven't seen the light of the day in a long time. But as it happens with old flames, especially when you still have feelings for somebody that you used to know and love in the past, it's the same with these decks. Every time I see them, even if they've been in a dark corner in a drawer for years now, I still have intense feelings and nostalgia every time that I look at them. We have the Forager's Daughter Tarot, and this is the older version. I know that there's a new version with a different coloration. And this is so pretty with this Art Nouveau vibe, this beautiful trimming here all around. Very delicate, very, very soft, and still so, you know, so beautiful. I like the graceful energy of this deck. But unfortunately, it's another deck that doesn't show up in my readings that anymore. Would love for it to find a place in my practice again. So I will try to bring it back and see how it works. Another nature-based indie deck is the first edition of the Embroidered Forest Tarot by Alicia May Vamvukakis. I think she's UK based, and the incredible thing about this deck is that she actually stitched, embroidered each and every one of the images that you see on the cards. She took pictures and she printed them and she made a tarot deck out of it. Very talented and so unique. I love this one. I don't own any of her embroideries. I think that she sells them as well on her website. This deck was also reprinted in a version without borders, but I honestly like the bordered version because it has that vintage feel that I like so much. And it's a really cute, really nice deck. A little pippish when it comes to the minor arcana, but still beautiful, beautiful nonetheless. Adorable deck. Oh, my cat is calling me. Another one is the Ophidia Rosa Tarot by Leila and Olive. I'm not sure this deck is still in print. It might be. Very nice, very mysterious and witchy, because I'm not really able to identify precisely in each of the cards what these plants and flowers are, with a few exceptions, but maybe that air of mystery adds to the charm of the deck. Beautiful tea-stained background, very limited color palette, and this is not an easy deck for a less than seasoned reader because it doesn't have any of the symbolism of the more well-renowned system, the RWS, but I'm not even sure that you can really read it intuitively. I did for some of the cards at some point, but I rely, when using this deck, I rely on my knowledge of the Rider-Waite-Smith system, and I use that for the interpretation of the cards, unless, as I said, there's something in the artwork that really captures my attention and triggers my intuition. Very elegant, very beautiful, very witchy and mysterious. So this was the Ophidia Rosa Tarot. And then another nature-based deck. This is the Anima Mundi Tarot by Megan Wire-Wedden. It's an animal deck. I would say animal decks and botanical decks are some of my favorite themes in decks. This is pretty old. I used it quite a bit in the past. I love that it's printed on linen cardstock. And it's a little bit pippish and a minor arcana. And I love the night sky vibe that you have in many of the cards. I find it very atmospheric, and I love animal decks. Very nice. So this was the Anima Mundi. And the other animal deck that I was thinking about, another old flame, another old deck, is the Naked Heart Tarot. For this one, I'm not sure that is in print. It might be out of print, I'm not sure. But these decks can be found on the secondhand market. So these are the backs. This was a deck that I purchased secondhand, and the edges were pretty dirty. So I edged them in this pearlescent silver. And I like the fact that there's a lot of white space. And there's a reference to elements and also astrological signs, astrological connection between the tarot and a zodiac sign or a planet. Let's see, Cancer here for the Chariot card. The sun. Really nice. I love it. Printed on a very smooth cardstock. This is another old flame that doesn't have any room in my present rotation, my current rotation of decks, but I would love to reintroduce it. Another big old flame. It is Surabito Tarot. Everybody knows this one. This is the one of the first editions, if not the first one. It was printed on glossy cardstock. This beautiful, beautiful art style. I love this King of Cups. I love to see somebody who's actually chronologically older in the court cards. Nine of Swords. So different. So different, so colorful, Beautiful deck. Look at this Six of Pentacles, this idea of reciprocity here, rendered in this very clever way. Eight of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, the Magician, like an octopus. And then the last, I think, for right now, there are way too many decks, so many others that I would like to mention, but I'm running out of time. And the other one that I would like to talk about is the Lioness Oracle Tarot by Alejandra Leon. This is one of my all-time favorite, and unlike the others, this is one that I actually keep using it. This is comes back in a rotation quite often. I love the collage art style in this deck and the Cosmic Skies. I love it. Probably in this kind of art style, this is probably the best that I own, and I own quite a few collage art style decks. Beautiful, beautiful cardstock as well. Great readings with this one. Very elegant, oversized, chunky, beautiful, beautiful, great quality. So this was my my independently produced decks, all flame category. Another great deck from the past is Tarot of the Golden Wheel by Mila Losenko, published by US Games. Inspired by the magic and wisdom of Russian fairy tales, Tarot of the Golden Wheel interprets traditional tarot through the prism of colorful, and I mean colorful, colors in this deck are amazing, colorful Slavic folk culture. In this radiant deck, the Golden Wheel, a sacred symbol of karma, the sun, and the infinite cycles of life, conveys the fool on his journey through the major and minor arcana. The artwork in this deck is amazing. Really great artistry. It's nice to see decks that have been actually drawn and colored rather than collaged, although I don't have anything against the collage art style, but it's so comforting to see that somebody actually painstakingly drew every single card and colored it so well. Look at this beautiful color. This deck looks great on camera, and when I do readings with it, the reaction from the person I read for is that is amazing. They are wowed by the beauty of the people in each of the cards, and these are amazing jewel tone colors. This is another deck that has been sitting in my drawer for years, until I think I saw it on US Games Instagram. Every once in a while they have these flashback posts on their social media, and I thought, why am I not working with this deck? Because it's beautiful. This is definitely irreplaceable. I don't think I have anything else like this, and I'm gonna keep it. It's beautiful. I'm in love. I'm in love with this deck. This is the old flame you can, not only you won't forget, but you want in your life. Beautiful. Just take a look at a few more cards. The Hangman, the Seven of Pentacles. Gorgeous deck, this Tarot of the Golden Wheel. Look how beautiful the colors in this box. Amazing. Talking about another colorful old flame, this is the Affirmator's Tarot, for magical guidance from the universe to help you help yourself without the self helps the helping us. This is like a nice deck, animal based, and there's so much humor in the description of the cards and the messages in the guidebook. It's to die for. And the cards are really, really nice. I mean, any age group could work with this deck because it's an animal-based deck. It's very colorful. There's a lot of optimism in the messages of the guidebook. There's nothing confrontational or shadowy in the images, in the artwork. It's really nice. It's printed on this beautiful linen finished cardstock, which I love, and the backs are fun too. Look how pretty these gold foiling is beautiful, beautiful colors. And I would say, even if it's not a an RWS deck in the traditional way, but the way the animals are represented, it's reminiscent of the symbolism of the RWS. So it's an easy deck to read. I love this Hermit card. Beautiful. The Queen of Pentacles, Mama Kangaroo, the Emperor with the buffalo, the Ace of Wands with the hare, and the Lovers with the otters. The Magician with the leopard. Justice, and the Page of Swords. Really, really cute. This wins the cuteness prize for the Old Flames Tarot, the Affirmators deck. With this Old Flame deck, we go from the very colorful Affirmators and Golden Wheel Tarot to the muted colors of the Spirit Song Tarot by Paulina Cassidy. This is an animal deck. I edged it in this mauve color. These are the pretty backs, very delicate, very graceful. And what is great about this deck is that there are keywords on the cards, on each of the cards. The suits have been renamed. We have acorns for the, I think it's the wands, shadow for the devil card, crystals for the pentacles, feathers for the swords, and shells for the cups. And the keywords are pretty nice. For example, the four crystals is control and security. We have courage and commitment for the King of Crystals, which is the King of Pentacles. We have recovery and transformation for the Ten of Feathers, which is the Ten of Swords. And change and possibilities for the Wheel of Fortune. Perspective and self-empowerment for the Nine of Feathers, with this porcupine. So as you can see, the colors are very muted. I actually even tried, when I got this deck, to go on each of the cards with a water marker and tried to put some more colors, but it didn't work out because of the way the texture of the cardstock, which is pretty smooth. No marker will work on this deck, but I still like it, still love it. Haven't used it in recent years, but I feel like it's time for this deck to be resuscitated and come back in rotation, at least to try for a few readings to see how it goes. I like it. I still had that, quick heartbeat when I see this deck. It means that it still elicits some emotional response in me when I look at it. And this is the Spirit Song Tarot. Another unforgettable Old Flame is the Romantic Tarot. This is also a deck that I haven't used at all in the recent years. Maybe because I had the Tarot of Muka that felt really good and on point for romance, love, and relationship readings. But this is what I was originally using. And I believe that maybe the reason why I stopped using it is because although the structure of the deck is the structure of the RWS, there is a little bit of discrepancy between the artwork and the traditional meaning of the cards. So it was not really easy for me to use it in that way because I think I was too anchored in the RWS system and the way I read that system. So some of the cards for me felt disconnected, but I like it. I love the artwork, muted pastel colors, very romantic with this old age images. So I think that I still have feelings for it, and I would like to keep working with it. Maybe I'll pull it out for the love readings that I will do for the channel for the month of August and see how it goes. I also have a lot of other oracle decks and fortune telling cards that I can pair with it. So we'll see. So this was another Old Flame. Still in love with the Romantic Tarot. This is another Old Flame mass market deck, and it's a collage art style. It's the Tarot of Witches. I do believe it's still in print, but I'm not absolutely sure because I haven't seen this deck around for the longest time. And I don't even know where my guidebook and the box are. Used it a lot in the very beginning when I got this deck. It's my cup of tea. I do like it. This is the kind of decks that you would use for readings for other people. It's a great workhorse. Very clear images, very easy to read. But the competition with other decks in my collection was too strong. And eventually, I lost sight of it. But now that I look at it, I realize that I'm still in love. This is another unforgettable Old Flame, and I think it's going to come back in rotation. So why go out there and purchase new decks when you can tap into your vast collection and find exactly what you need to do your readings? So this was the Witches Tarot. Beautiful. This is probably one of the oldest flames that I have in my tarot collection. In the very beginning, most of the decks that I had in my collection were art decks, traditional decks, RWS clones, that kind of stuff. More traditional, like medieval, Renaissance, art style decks. This is probably my first whimsical deck that I ever got, and I think it's called the Everyday Witch. I'm not sure 100% where the box and the book for this deck is as well, but I think it must be somewhere in a closet. It's really cute. I love the artwork, very colorful. I love the pointy hats, the striped stockings, and I love to see little black cats everywhere. Very easy readers. I love how emotive the images are. It's very easy to read. Your intuition will be on fire when you read with this deck. It was used quite a bit in the first 2 or 3 years, I would say, that I had it. It's pretty old, edged it in blue, but then I stopped working with it. And I don't know, I look at it and I wonder why. Why did you stop working with it? So beautiful. So this was the Everyday Witch Tarot. Most of my older decks are stored in this way. They're wrapped in cloths that I used to read on. And we're taking a look at 2 RWS clones deck that are really fun because they have a kind of a twist in them. They've been around for a long time. And actually, I've been using them in recent times for my readings for the channel. One of them is the Vice Versa Tarot, and it's really cool because the artwork is on both sides of the card, and each of the sides shows you a nuance, an aspect of that card. So the possibilities with this deck for the interpretation of the cards are limitless, because not only the cards can come up one way or the other, they can also be in the reverse on each of the sides. So you have 4 different nuances for each of the cards. I love the artwork. I think this is the Massimiliano Filadoro is the writing, probably the artwork by Davide Corsi. It's a Lo Scarabeo deck. I remember it came in a box, and I do have the box and the big guidebook somewhere. Beautiful artwork and very expressive, very emotive. I have very pretty clear readings from these cards. A little bit of nudity here and there, I forget. And the other one is the After Tarot, another Llewellyn deck. And the peculiarity of this deck is that the artwork portrays the meaning of the card in, let's say, in the moment after it is normally traditionally portrayed in the RWS. So we have, for example, the 3 of Pentacles, the 3 supervisors are out of the scene, and the architect is admiring, I cannot even speak, admiring his own masterpiece. For the Nine of Cups, you know, the guy that is usually sitting with a smug on his face all alone in front of his Nine of Cups is actually sharing with other people. The Moon, our character here, has made it through these murky waters, and so on and so forth. I actually like the coloration of this deck a lot because it's muted and it's very creative. Very interesting reading with this deck. Very interesting. See, Six of Swords, they made it through. They're on the other side of the waters of the river. Interesting. Look at the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. She got rid of the glove that she used for the falcon, and she's actually enjoying the fruit of her own garden. Very nice. So this was the vice versa tarot and the after tarot. And this will be my last All Flame for today's video. This is the Dream Keepers Tarot by Liz Houston, published by US Games. It used to be an indie deck many years ago. And this one is one of my favorite. I edged it myself in this metallic blue. It doesn't come this way. These are the pretty backs. Very surrealistic and dreamy in the images, collage art style with this vintage details from other pieces of art. And I used this deck for a long time, and then it kind of went away. I actually found it again today when I was doing a walkthrough and review of a new Oracle deck, a new, at least in my collection, and I paired it with this deck, and I'm glad it came up to mind. Finally remembered it existed, that I have it in my collection, and it's really a very lovely deck. I should be working with it more. I believe that probably the last time I used it was a year, if not 2 years ago. It's lovely. Lovely deck. I like this old-time vintage images. I remember using this quite often. So back into rotation. This All Flame is back with a vengeance. The Ace of Wands, one of my favorite cards in this deck. So this was the Dream Keepers Tarot. I'm going to close this old Flames Tarot deck video, collection video, with some novelty decks that were the roar when they first came out. They were very popular. They were hot items, and I still love them, and I still intend to use them in my practice, especially for my videos that I do for the channel. I've been doing in recent times videos about current events, celebrities, pop culture sort of themes, and these decks are actually exceptional for this kind of readings. I did use the Haunted House for some mystery and unresolved crimes tarot readings. I love to do those readings. It's nice because you can actually see how the response of the cards matches what actually happens in reality. So these decks have in common the fact that they are reminiscent of the pop culture of specific time periods. We have the 50s with the Housewives Tarot. We have the 50s for the Zombie Tarot, so all Americana kind of vibe. And then we have two decks, the Haunted House and the Pulp Tarot, that actually refer to specific genre in literature. This is the Gothic romance novels from the 60s and the 70s, and these are the pulp fiction books from the 50s and 60s. So Beautiful All Flames. I'm going to start with the Haunted Tarot by Sasha Graham and Mirko Pier Federici. Beautiful artwork. Gothic novels, romance novels. As I said, the peculiarity of this deck is that the deck actually follows the main character, Bella, from the moment she enters this haunted mansion to the moment she frees herself. So there's a storyline behind this beautiful artwork. Very atmospheric artwork. Great decks for shadow work, great decks for mystery and unresolved crimes kind of readings. For some people who like to rotate their decks according to the holidays and the seasons of the year, this could be a great Halloween deck. Really, really nice. It's a Lo Scarabeo, so it's printed on their nice cardstock. I actually used to love this cardstock. They recently changed it, and it's the size of the card is slightly smaller than a standard tarot deck, so it's perfect for people that have challenges handling bigger decks. Beautiful. I love this artwork. Great decks. Lovely. So the other one inspired to a genre in literature is the Pulp Tarot by Todd Alcott. Of these 4 decks, is probably the one that has been released more recently. I think it's been like 3 years ago. Might have been 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Look, it comes in this beautiful box that reminds us of an actual pulp fiction book, called Pulp because of the kind of paper that they used for the book. And it's amazing, incredibly nice vintage images. This is the back. I love this style. This is like movie posters, covers of books, images from magazine from the 50s and the 60s. This image actually is what we find on the Zombie Tarot on the box. Lovely. It's a great deck. I'm actually going to use it today for a current events reading. So keep an eye on the channel because there's some exciting readings coming up. Beautiful. I love this old style. And the other 2, All Flames, Unforgotten and Unforgettable, are the Housewives Tarot. This is the perfectly manicured white picket fence kind of iconography from the 50s. It's a great deck that spills the tea, especially on relationships readings, love and relationships of all kinds. It's cute backs. I've edged it in red, and it's very humorous. The way it's presented is really cute. It's like a recipe book, and the messages are injected with a lot of humor. See, it looks like an old recipe book. The way the box has been done, really nice. And the last one is the Zombie Tarot. Although I'm not into zombies and skeletons and bones, but I think that this deck has been done so well. This again is the iconography, all Americana from the 50s and 60s. A cute, the way the whole thing is packaged with this booklet that looks so weathered and old. Printed on this particular tea-stained paper. And it's so the messages really crack you up. They're so funny. And this is the deck that I've edged in this distressed walnut, so it looks like really old. These are the backs. And these are the images. It's so funny. It's a great deck. I'm going to use this one again today for my current events kind of readings. And lovely. I haven't used this in a while, a very long time. It's a great deck. Look at this moon card. How lovely. It's funny in a gory, weird sort of way. All right, so this was my Old Flames tarot deck reading of this card, and I'll make an hashtag video, so just in case somebody wants to jump on this bandwagon and continue showing their Old Flames decks. I think it's a nice way to honor decks that have had a lot of meaning and usage in our practice, and we tend to forget. And I think they're still very good. They still have a lot to say. So if you want to do a video response, go ahead. I don't know if there are already videos of this kind out there. There might be like old but goodie and old tarot decks. I'll do also an oracle deck version of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me have your feedback. Let me know which ones of these decks you're familiar with, which ones are incredibly new to you despite the fact they're old, which ones I would love to see on the channel more often. I would appreciate your likes on the way out. Don't forget to share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and until I see you next time, many blessings.